Hey, and welcome to the first follow-up video for Skinslip's 2015 Scavenger hunt. This is for number 1, a film with a number in the title, to which I picked 8mm. Now, yeah, 8mm. I don't know if I can say it gets a bum rap, because honestly I think it kind of deserves what it got. It was released in 1999, directed by Joel Schumacher. It stars Mr. Man on the Front, Mr. Nicolas Cage. It also has a sort of his sidekick, if you will, is Joaquin Phoenix. James Gandolfini's in it. Let's see. Is there anybody else? Catherine Keener is in it. That's pretty much, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But essentially, the movie is about Nicolas Cage. He's the main character. And I guess he's like a private eye, and he's been hired to check out. Essentially, a rich guy dies, and his wife contacts him because she needs to find out if a movie in his possession is real or not. And by real, we're talking about a snuff film. Shot on 8mm, thus the name of the movie. And so he goes about, trying to find out if this movie is a real snuff film, and goes into the seedy underbelly of the porn world, I guess. Now it's funny, like, to me, I think this is the seedy underbelly of the porn world as much as 50 Shades of Grey is the real alternative sex life type things. Honestly, it's for Brady Bunch America. Sure, this movie would come across as being something really dark and sinister, and oh my God, this is really bad. But you know what? In the internet world of today, and the movies that are out there, I mean, there are some movies out there where they aren't snuff films, and I don't care if the snuff film was real or not, they look a lot worse than, anything you could put on tape. So, yeah, whether snuff is real, whether it exists or not, who cares, honestly. I'm sure there are people out there filming people killing people, because, you know what? I've seen a couple things on the news. I guess they're considered snuff films, right? Right? You see somebody getting beheaded or hung or whatever. They're all technically, and if that's on the news these days, 8mm, oh wow, so some people are wearing leather and the bondage, and oh my God, somebody's using a whip while having sex. Oh, Nicolas Cage can't take it. It's just it's too disgusting. And essentially that's my problem with 8mm. They're looking at this stuff, and sure, there's bestiality and stuff like that, but I mean, anybody, you go on the internet right now, you can go look up probably an Asian woman, a German guy, and an Italian girl, all in a threesome with a cow and a donkey and a dog. It's probably out there. I don't know from experience, but you type it into Google, or don't use Google. Don't use Google at all. Don't do that. Use a more obscure search engine if you're going to be searching for this kind of stuff. But I'm sure if you typed it in there, you'd probably find something. And there'll be, probably bondage involved. There'll probably, there'll be bestiality. There's going to be, all sorts of different sexual experiences and stuff. It's all there. It's on the internet. So, I mean, and that's the thing. But even when this came out, the internet wasn't that young. Well, it was young, but there was enough out there. I mean, it was porn. It was used for porn. Let's not kid ourselves. It was mostly used for porn, and I think online poker. It may also still mostly be used for online poker and porn, and maybe email and Facebook. But yeah, that was my biggest problem with 8mm, is it tries to play itself as being really gritty, really dark, really sinister, but honestly it never really achieves it. I mean, I don't care how many times Joaquin Phoenix and Nicolas Cage can, you know, make a grimace at what they're seeing on you know, their video or the film or whatever they're watching. It really, I don't know. It doesn't get to that point. So, is it worthwhile watching? Yeah, sure. You know what? As long as you just watch it and let it go and watch the story and not really get too caught up in the fact that you've probably seen worse in the last week than what they got on in here, and just watch for the whole story that's playing out and the you know, the mystery of it, and the, you know, solving the caper, if you will, of this 8mm snuff film. Then yeah, it's worthwhile watching. If you like Nicolas Cage, he's Nicolas Cage, man. He's not really over the top in this, but he is eccentric enough to, you know, be Cage. It's so yeah, definitely worth checking out for that alone. But yeah, would I recommend 8mm? I don't think I'd recommend it to anybody. It does have a sequel though. I don't think I've seen the sequel. 8mm 2, I think it is. I don't think I've seen it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it. I'll have to try. I'm sure it's on DVD. I'll have to track it down so I can, you know, put it on next to my 8mm. You would have thought 8mm sequel would have been like 16mm or something, right? Anyways, yeah, that's it for my review of the question number 1. It's not a question. Why would you, what? Not a question. Criteria number 1 for film. Criteria for film number 1. A film with a number in the title, 8mm, for an extra contest entry into his contest. I will put a link to my original video contest entry into his contest, which will have a link to the contest should you be interested. There will be more videos coming up with more reviews of more movies in relation to this, so stay tuned, keep watching, and until next video, take care, have a good one.